how was it that a business name of VAL-YOU.com was still available? Madness. Imagine a free app. It's based on the Wonga style sliders, so you can actually look at all of the component elements to your business within 5 minutes, and you get a valuation of your company. It will give you an indication of what your company is properly worth if this is the meaningful numbers. It will test you instantly to make sure you know your numbers and what your rate growth is. It also shows you and helps you in terms of each of the sliders, what we're actually measuring. So to give you a taste of this, let me just work through a real life working example. I've chosen specifically today to use the mobile version because that's all I currently use now. So we're going to put my name in. You can use your own. Other names are available. Gigi at, oh my God, right. rdlcpirates.com. This is my phone number. Well, you can walk away from that one, James. My market, so technology, just because that's easy. Company, RDLC for this. Am I going to sign the terms? Of course I am. Nobody says no. Am I willing to have a conversation about potential investment in my business, or would I like to have a conversation with someone about exit strategies and how to maximize shareholder value? Just why wouldn't you? Right, beginning. So here we are in the main business. You can see the top screen there. That tells you the value of your business. So we start with some values. 500,000 contracts, 500,000 in perm. My rate of growth is somewhere, so this is the whole Wonga thing, somewhere in the region of just under 200k extra EBITDA or net, if you don't know what EBITDA is. If you just want to understand, it will just tell you what to do here, and it will tell you also what EBITDA actually means. But if you don't know your EBITDA numbers, so it is before interest, taxes and amortization, your net will do. Growth of the last 3 years as a percentage, and let's go for something in the region of just over 100%. Obviously I'm making these up because I haven't got business to do. So your market spreads, so we might actually trade in 2 different sectors. It will tell me now how many sectors to put in. So I'm going to put tech and life sciences. They are rated as 2 of the biggest, by the way. So for £1 million, sorry James, you're 2.3 million in terms of valuation already. So your contract NFI versus your perm FI, well, we know that because it's about 50%. Your contract duration, so the average duration of your first contract. And again, if you don't know what that is, it'll just tell you there. We're going to go for 5 months, so just under the 6. Your cash or percentage drawdown. So what do you typically take out of your profits annually? The primo number here is about 50%. So you retain 50% of your profits into the business, and that gives you a value. So we've got 50% there. Cash headroom. So this is talking about if you're a contract business, can you self-fund or are you funded? If you're funded, whether you're factoring or ID lines, what you're going to do. So I'm going to say we have currently got at any point £500,000-ish always available to us. If you're self-funding, you just put it up here. If you've got more than £1 million at play, you must put it up to the highest element. So recurring agreements, are you delivering services into an MSP or a PSL or an RPO? For this example, I'm going to say none. Recurring agreements. Now, do you own any PSLs or MSPs? And again, for this example, I'm going to say no. Staff attrition. So what percentage of your staff, your sales staff, do you lose annually? Well, I happen to know that the best number is about 12%, because you want to be losing staff fairly consistently because they get burnt out and not everyone is right for you in the way that you're going forward. You want to be a global business on contract. You want to be a global business, so that's dealing with at least one international country. and how many sales heads are you? So realistically, if I'm doing £1 million, I'm in terms of EBIT, I'm about 2 or 3 times that. So I know at 150, I'm going to be about 20 heads. That's 19, that'll do. Front office to back office. So this is really important. So are you running lean as a machine, or are you running heavy? Have you got just a burden of back office? There are some mitigating circumstances here, and we would say if you're outsourcing marketing, if you're outsourcing anything else, for every 3,000, call that 2 people or 1 person. It depends on the nature of your business. So I would say off of that, if I had 20 people, I'd probably have 4 people in back office, say 5 to 1. Average deal value on perm, we don't give it away, so we're 14 grand. Most of it's international, so actually I'm going to put that up to 17. My contracts across Europe, it's typically about 720. If it's America, it's about 1,400. So I'm going to go with 700, 715, 800. Well, 800, I quite like that number. That's about right for this. Leadership strength. So how many billing managers, directors have I got in the business? So if I've got, there's me and probably 2 managers, so I'm assuming that that's 3. Are they involved in a share scheme? Actually, no. Not earned that yet. And leadership, how many years does that EMI scheme have got to go? Well, it's not applicable in this case. Have you noticed my score? I'm up to 4.7 million in terms of the value of my business. International split, I'm going to be 70% international because that makes sense. Financials and MI. Now, if you're just using your high street accountant that your mum's brother, sisters recommended, it devalues you. If you've got a full-time FD, then that helps you. But as a business like this, you wouldn't carry those costs. You would have somebody who comes in quarterly to be a fractional CFO. That's your good number. Customers concentration. Well, what percentage is your top customers? I'm going to say it's about 30%, because ultimately we want to have a better spread because that helps us. And again, that straight up to 5.1. Investment into the business, yes. Are you interested in a conversation about an exit? With these kinds of numbers, probably. And now I'm kind of completed. I press this. This now tells me my permanent business spread is brilliant. My contract business spread is brilliant. My exit plan intentions are good. I'm making good decisions. The top 3 things I need to consider. Cash funding headroom. So would I be better off taking an investment into the business to go a bit faster? Recurring agreements. Should I have more of my business in places where my quality and quantity of earnings is better? And should I start actually trying to come up with an MSP and only some of these myself? And it just promotes me what next. Say, do you need to speak to an ed or an advisor? Would you like to speak to potential people who are buying the business or have welcome and exit strategy? Or would you just like to talk to us to make sense of some of this other stuff? You can go back, you can submit that then. And then you can go back to this at any point and you can play with any of the sliders. So let's just go straight to the top. What's your number here on contract? If I were to say now, 2 million, you're up to 14 million quid worth of valuation. So you can play with any of these sliders at any point and it will just change your number. It will change the value in the business. So it's real time, it's live, it's active. You log into it, you put your details, and you come back and play with what you've got. One of the great examples we had last week in terms of our soft launch was that somebody said their business was worth 6.99 million, but if they doubled down and built their contract business to be worth the same as their contract, it's their perm business, they'd be worth 19 million. So really good indices of what you can do and how you can actually impact that, but also for businesses where the leader maybe hasn't gone through the whole process of understanding valuations, exit strategies, what it actually means to people, the research and effort that we've done behind the scenes with VCs, businesses who acquire, and proper go-to knowledge base, fonts of wisdom within our sector will tell you what we've done in terms of the metrics and the analytics behind it are pretty on point. So not one business has been upset with their valuation, and not one VC who invests in thinks we've overvalued. So I think we're pretty much pinpoint. It doesn't matter where you are in business. If something's free, you might as well just exploit it. So if you're a long way down the line in terms of an exit strategy, just keep making sure that the numbers and the dashboards that you're getting from your financial department still bear weight in terms of what you're expecting and hoping for the business. If you're early doors, it'll really help you just focus on the things that really matter in terms of building shareholder value and personal wealth. If you're just one of those people who are just a little bit tired of all of this and looking to do an MBO, it's a really good way of actually realizing some value of your business, but you know you were today, and you can sell it to your incumbent team using this. It's a very decent business valuation barometer.